Happy Halloween, everybody! Welcome to the Sunday Matinee bonus Halloween special episode. We're just going to jump pretty quickly into games. The only thing I'm going to talk about with news is, hey, guess what? We're recording on October 30th, the day before Halloween. The Mandalorian Season 2 has launched today. So I'm probably going to watch that, like, when we're done with this. That just jumped out of nowhere last year. It's one of the few Star Wars things of late that people seem to agree on. So it's great to have that back. I want to talk about, I've got some plans for next Halloween already. It's going to be fun. A few episodes ago, I mentioned that the Wolfman was celebrating its 80th anniversary this year. I was wrong. I was a year off. It's actually next year. So next Halloween, one of the episodes I have planned is the Wolfman 80th anniversary special, but not just that. No. Because next year, Hammer's The Curse of the Werewolf turns 60. Ooh. And John Landis's An American Werewolf in London turns 40. So it's going to be an all-out werewolf anniversary special next year.
Nice.
And next year is the 90th anniversary of both the original Dracula and Frankenstein, two of the seminal films that really launched the horror industry back in the 1930s. So, very important and very cool that, we will probably, all of us who are here right now, will very likely live to see the 100th anniversary of those films, if we survive the pandemic. So,
open.
So yeah, fingers crossed. It's Halloween time. I am the Fly from the 1950s version, not the Cronenberg film. But I'd like to think that I was on my way to the vice presidential debate this year to meet a friend and got caught in a matter transporter accident with a human being. It's okay though. My friend made it.
Nice.
So. Is everyone else in costume? I can barely see out of this thing.
Yeah, I am. It looks like you guys are as well.
Yeah.
Everyone.
We're piratey. She's just kind of our little treasure, I guess. I don't know.
That's right.
And Frank, what are you?
This is my old costume from when Spacey's wasn't a radio show, back when we were trying to make it a YouTube series. I'm going to have to split in 30 minutes to go do our radio show. So I'm double dipping costume-wise tonight.
And on that note, it is time for me to take the mask off.
He's cured.
Hey!
Look at that. Oh, the matter transporter fixed me. We're just going to be playing games. So I need to read off some of this stuff here because I hadn't memorized it. And I've already been getting some crap about that from someone in this room. But also, that thing is steaming up already, and I really can't see out of it. So, let's see. I'm going to do some trivia here first, since Frank is going to have to leave soon. So, the whole point of getting people here tonight to do trivia was to get people a chance to catch up to Sarah, who is currently the trivia leader with 4 points. To be fair, she has the advantage of having been on the show 5 times. But for everyone else who I've had on the show multiple times, or in Frank's case, who I would like to have back when we do something I can wrangle him up for, I want everyone else to have a chance to catch up because it's I want there to be like a sort of finale vibe to the trivia by year's end. And at this point, it's not looking that way. It's looking like Sarah's going to run away with it all with the Amazon gift card. So this is going to be some Halloween specific trivia. A little bit classic, but contemporary enough that we should all have some knowledge of these films that I'm about to discuss. So for the sake of competition, Sarah, I am probably not going to award you any points tonight if you get any right. Because like I said, you're 4 for 5.
Do I start getting points if someone gets ahead of me tonight?
Well, there's only 3 questions, so Frank can't even get ahead of you.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair
So,
enough.
so first question is, which of the following classic horror actors appeared briefly as the inventor in Edward Scissorhands? Is it A, Vincent Price, B, Peter Lorre, C, Peter Cushing, or D, Lon Chaney Jr.? Frank, I'm going to go your way first.
Oh, because I don't know? Oh, boy. I'm going to guess Peter Cushing, but it's just a shot in the dark.
All right, Sarah, what is your answer for this one?
My answer is Vincent Price.
And this is why you're not getting points tonight, because you are continuously on a roll. Frank, in your defense, Peter Cushing was the only other actor among those 4 who was still alive when Edward Scissorhands was made.
There we go.
So
That must have been it.
That is like one of my favorite movies, so.
Yeah, that's one of the Tim Burtons that I definitely saw as a kid, but have not gone back to watch as an adult. And I know next to nothing about that one.
I just remember the scenes with Vincent, just being very caring and loving with Ashley. And
it was actually his last live action credit. He was in I think it was an early DreamWorks, or it wasn't a Disney animated movie. He was in an animated movie right before he passed. And then, according to IMDb, he actually has a credit from 2002, which it has to be archived.
Yeah.
So moving on. So, which of the following classic Universal monster films has not been remade by Universal in our lifetime? Is it A, The Invisible Man, B, Dracula, C, Frankenstein, or D, The Wolfman? Sarah, I'm going to go to you first on this one.
I am going to. You said remade by Universal.
Yes.
Seems like a trick question. I don't know, but I'm gonna guess Dracula.
And Frank.
I'm going to guess The Wolfman. But I don't know.
Ah, you have both been stumped. It is Frankenstein. They tackled Dracula a few years ago with Luke Evans in Dracula Untold. The Wolfman was a pretty high-profile one in 2010 with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. And then, of course, The Invisible Man was done just this year with Elizabeth Moss. But speaking of Universal Monster remakes, we'll move on to the next question. According to IMDb Trivia, our dear friend, IMDb Trivia, which of the following actors were in consideration for the role of Rick O'Connell in 1999's The Mummy? A, Leonardo DiCaprio, B, Matt Damon, C, Tom Cruise, or D, all of the above? Frank, I'll let you take this one first.
I'm going to say all of the above. Yeah.
Okay, Sarah?
I'm gonna guess Tom Cruise.
Congratulations, Frank. You are on the board.
Finally. Oh, man.
And it wasn't just those 3. I can't remember some of the others. I know Matthew McConaughey was, I think, also in the running. They actually, according to IMDb, so may not be true, but according to IMDb, they actually offered Leo the role, but he had to turn it down because it conflicted with filming of The Beach.
Oh.
So I think we were very fortunate to get Brendan Fraser in there because he really rocked that role. That was a fun film.
He still looked like he was like 17 then. That would have been weird.
Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I also read that before Brendan Fraser got the role, it was also offered to Sylvester Stallone, which is like, who was starting to get up there at that point.
Yeah, that would have been bad. maybe it would have been okay, but I would not have liked it nearly as much as I like it now. It's really fun.
Before we move on to the next little game, Frank, has your film been shown yet for Bleedingham? Do you know?
I mean, it's essentially like just available for streaming throughout like a certain period of days, and so it's not necessarily shown. You just buy like a digital ticket. But yeah, you can buy a ticket to Bleedingham right now through November 2nd, and if you select the Washington selections, you'll be able to find my film, The Third Bedroom, in that little category. So yeah, you can watch it there.
Nice.
Yeah, everyone, get out there, watch this film.
Yeah, and if you missed this, it'll be available at the Tacoma Film Festival from like this. There's like a block in there too. I need to actually memorize the dates that it's available, but it's somewhere between the 6th and the 15th, but not for all those dates.
I think it's really fun. It's at the Bleedingham Festival because that's actually Sarah and I met in Bellingham.
Oh, cool.
Well, kind of. We may have met at Mount Vernon, but we definitely did most of our early performances up in Bellingham.
No, I think we rehearsed in Bellingham.
Yeah.
For Taming. Yeah, we rehearsed there, and then it performed there first, and then I think it moved down to Mount Vernon.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah. So Sarah and I know Bellingham pretty well. It is a fine place.
Yeah.
Yes, I was born in Bellingham,
Oh.
and most of my extended family lived there, so I spent a lot of time there most of my life.
Cool.
So we'll do a team game since you're both here, and I think we can get one of these down in 15 minutes. So we're going to do a round of 20 questions where you have to guess the Halloween movie. So I tried to make these not entirely obscure films that only I would know. And I will be keeping track of the film on its IMDb page in case I don't know the answer off the top of my head. So yeah, you can choose how you want to ask, if you want to alternate back and forth, or whoever comes up with the question first. But this is a team game, so there's no winners or losers here unless you both lose.
And refresh me, that it would be like yes, no answer questions, right? For 20.
Correct. And if I actually can't answer the question, then it's done. Then you don't. It doesn't count against you.
Okay. Well, yeah. Do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, that's fine with me. Works for me.
Okay. I don't have a good one to start off with. It's a Halloween movie. Is it horror specifically?
No.
That was a good question. Let's see. Was it made before 1990?
Hang on. I believe it is. Oh, come on, IMDb. Yes.
Before 1990?
Yep.
That okay. Is it rated PG?
Ooh, that's a good question. Come on. I'll get back to you on that if you come up with another question in the meantime.
Okay.
I
I
will.
mean, the alternate question is it like a family movie or a kid-friendlier movie?
Why don't we hang on? I'm going to Google this one because the IMDb app is not being my friend right now.
Oh man, my friend, I hate it when I do that.
Really? I don't care about its film reviews. I want to know what it's rated. I'm failing you as a host, and I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Ah! So what was the question? Which rating did you ask again?
I asked, is it PG?
Yes.
Nice. All right.
Does it have children as characters?
We're going to define. Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Characters being like
I guess I should have said
speaking
like
part,
characters
not
under
necessarily
18.
leads.
Sarah, yeah, that was what I was going for. Yes.
Is it American?
Yes.
Okay.
That's 5.
Let's see. Does it have this? Oh, this is kind of hard. But I was gonna say, like, does it have any big name movie stars in it?
Yes.
Does it have any like big time horror stars in it? Like Vincent Price, Bela Lugosi, any of them?
No.
All right.
Does it take place on Halloween?
I don't believe so. I can't answer that with certainty, so I'm not gonna dock you a question for that one.
Okay.
So do I need to think of another one? Let's see. Is it a comedy?
Yes.
Is it like action adventure-y?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. I have one if you don't.
Go, yeah, go for it. Okay.
Was it made by a major studio?
Yes.
Do animals play a role in it?
I'm gonna say no.
Is it live action?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, mostly. Yeah, we'll say it's live action.
Okay.
I'm thinking of
Right,
special
I have a-
effects. So,
I have a follow-up question, if that's okay.
yep.
Are the non-live action parts stop motion?
Yes.
I think I know what it is. I got a guess. Are you fine with this?
Yeah.
If you guess and you're wrong, then you're done.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well,
You may want to narrow it down a little bit. If you think you know it, maybe you want to ask, is it this director?
yeah, sure. Is it a Tim Burton movie?
Yes.
Is Winona Ryder in it as a 17-year-old girl?
Yes.
Is it
Okay, I
Beetlejuice?
know it is too.
Yes. Yes, you
Awesome.
got it. Perfect. Beetlejuice is the first one.
Nice job.
Fantastic. I think that's all I have time for, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but I have to go do Spaceys, our Halloween.
Yeah, that's okay. I'd forgotten that even though you do it every single week, that this is something you do. How much longer is Spacey's running?
Forever. I don't know. We at least have a plan to carry it out through the end of the year, and so we do like episode cycles, and so we're on like our second episode of like 4, And so we'll do that for another 2 weeks, and then we have 2 weeks off, and then we'll do like another 4 and maybe a Christmas episode, and then that's
Nice.
the end of the year apparently. So
yeah, if you're watching, Spacies is streamed on the on Tacoma Little Theater's Facebook page. Is it streamed on, I'm assuming, on Twitter maybe as well? Or I know it's on
I
Facebook.
think Facebook and the website, like TLT's homepage, has a link to the actual Zoom show. So you can watch it either on Zoom or later on Facebook.
So yeah, check that out. It's produced in cooperation with Tacoma Little Theater, Friday nights at 8:00.
Yep.
Most Friday nights. Got to give them a break.
Friday night, usually. Well, thank you
break
so
a
much.
leg. Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you.
It was nice meeting you virtually.
I remember seeing you in the play, but you broke.
Nice to see you again.
Nice. Likewise.
Yeah, break a leg on your show this evening.
Oh, thank you. All right. Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.
I brought Dustin back up in case you had another 20 questions.
I do have another. I've got 2 more 20 questions, and I've got a game called 6 Degrees. And since I think we'll just do the 20 questions and then call it a night, because the 6 Degrees one I think works a little bit better with competition. So next, so yeah, I've got 2 more 20 questions, and then we'll call it good. So yeah, start it up.
All right. Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start with the same question. Is this a horror movie?
Yes.
Was it made in the last 10 years?
Yes.
So 2010 to 2000. Okay. Does it involve ghosts?
No.
No ghosts. Is it a remake?
No.
Is it an American movie?
As far as I know, yes.
Questions. Let's see. Did it involve, would you say it was more gory or fear?
You have to ask yes or no.
Oh, yes or no question.
So you could say, was it gory?
Was it gory?
I'm going to say no.
Was it rated R?
Yes.
Can we guess at any time? Do we lose if we guess wrong?
You do lose if you guess wrong.
Yes, you want to try to narrow it down. Did it have any big name stars in it?
Yes.
Was it dialogue heavy?
At points. At points it was.
Did it have a theatrical release?
Yes. That's 10.
So it had a theatrical release. the last 10 years. Had some big stars in it.
R-rated horror movie,
R-rated.
but not gory.
Let's see. So we're at 10. I need to ask another question. Yes or no? Does the protagonist die?
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, this is a tough one. Was it released by a major studio?
No. Yeah, this one is tough.
This one is tough. Oh, well. That's okay. It's okay. I just made a sound. Russian dolls. Okay, so let's see.
Indeed.
I'm stumped.
I know. Like I'm trying to think of what to ask next. It would be something good. Was it directed by a well-known director?
No.
Was it low budget?
I can't imagine this as being a very high budget. Let me scroll down. No, I don't want that. Man, the IMDb app is just failing me with the things I really need. I would not say this is a high. Yeah, this is whatever the question was.
What? Okay.
You asked if it was a low budget or a high budget?
I said, was it low budget?
Yes, I'm going to say yes. I can't imagine this film had a high budget.
Okay.
So that's 14. So we got 5 more questions, and then you got to guess.
Did it make a lot of money in the theater?
That I can probably get off of here.
Or maybe I should say, was it a success in the theater?
Given its budget, I'll say yes.
There's no ghosts. There's been a lot of horror movies.
Squeaky, squeaky.
I know she's adding the sound effects, the creepy house, the creepy haunted house sound effects.
Our early Foley artist over here.
So you have 4 questions left, and then a guess.
Okay.
You could try to narrow down the years even more.
Okay. Was it after 2015?
Yes.
Okay. So really just the last few years. Was it after 2018?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, since no movies come out this year, basically last year. I mean, yeah, I guess there was a few movies released at the beginning of the year.
Okay, so we have like 2 questions left. Did it feature a clown?
No.
Okay, well that eliminates one of them.
Oh, did it take place in a mansion?
No. That's 19. This is it. Now you get to guess.
Oh boy. I'm just trying to think of like.
I have a guess, but
What do you want to guess?
I was gonna say A Quiet Place.
Is that your final answer?
Came out in 2019.
Oh, well, okay, I trust her memory, so no. Ooh, that's a good guess. Okay,
I don't know.
I'll take her guess.
Was
over
it
mine.
Us?
No.
Ah,
So,
If it was A Quiet Place, I'm gonna say.
released just over a year ago, filmed in the. Oh, come on, IMDb.
Oh man, this is not a good plug for IMDb.
Yeah, shame on them. Released just over a year ago, filmed in the aspect ratio of 1.19 to 1 in glorious black and white, starring Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. The answer is The Lighthouse.
ooh, The Lighthouse.
I have not seen that. That's probably why I didn't guess that.
Yes. Well, now we have to add that one to
I
our
know.
list.
You absolutely do. It is so good. I'm a little. I should have actually done that one first because Frank was, of course, on the episode with The Lighthouse.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Is that right?
But we got one more, and then we'll do a little wrap up, and then we'll call it a night. So yeah, this one should be easier. I hope. So whenever you are ready.
Oh,
We have to start asking. Do you want to do the first one
Dead
this time?
Space.
Or do-
Okay, let's see. Is this a horror movie?
Yes.
Did this movie release prior to 1990?
Yes.
Prior to 1990. Let's see. Did this movie involve chainsaw?
No.
Like your sound effects, kid. Right, chainsaw.
Weep, weep, weep.
Let's see. Is this movie rated R?
Yes.
Let's see. Was the antagonist a monster?
I would say yes.
Oh, good. Sorry. Did this movie have big name stars in it?
Yes.
I'm guessing not huge name, just kind of big name. No.
Well,
doubt.
let's just say we'll say they weren't big yet.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Let's see. Does this movie involve ghosts?
No.
No ghosts. Maybe monsters. No chainsaws. Squeaky Russian doll sound effects.
Was it released in the 80s?
Yes.
Did it involve multiple monsters?
No.
Is it a slasher flick?
Yes. I can't remember if we're on 10 or 15 questions. I think we're on 10.
Yeah, we're definitely not to 15 yet.
That's why I count on two hands.
We're obviously a little slow on the uptake this Halloween.
That's a good way to narrow down slasher movies. Was that directed by Wes Craven?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you're going in the right direction.
Did it feature children singing, perhaps?
I believe so. I may not have seen this film, so I believe so.
Did it star did Johnny Depp act in it?
Yes.
Okay, I think I noticed.
Gee, what could it be?
What could it
Is
be?
it A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes, it is A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
That was great. 2 for 3.
Yay!
Yeah, those creepy girls is singing in that movie.
Two Freddy's coming for you. We actually went and saw that movie at Cinnabar a couple years ago. They did like a free showing of it at Cinnabar. Or actually, they were doing a whole bunch of different classic horror movies like at Cinnabar in the month of October a couple of years ago.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see it. It was cool to see it in the theater.
So yeah.
Take care.
So our 320 questions movies were Beetlejuice, The Lighthouse, Nightmare on Elm Street. Frank Roberts is on the board
Yay!
with one trivia question. I'm so sad that we couldn't get other people here, but I apparently a lot of theater stuff is happening tonight. So you know, typical.
I hope everyone with no theater stuff.
So the last thing I want to do before we sign out for the night is we had a great little bit at the end of the last episode where we talked about voting. So I want to reiterate that if you're watching this and you have not voted yet, particularly if you are voting by mail, it's all over Twitter. Do not mail in your ballot at this point. Take it directly to a drop box or to your local polling place, wherever it needs to go. We are just as of today, we are Friday the 30th. So we are 4 days away from the actual election day. So yeah, do that. If
we're on screen.
Yep. And if you are able, winter is coming up soon. If you are able, get your flu shot like I did today. Just don't look. It's not that painful. Everyone needs to stay healthy this winter, as healthy as we can, because we want those hospital beds available for COVID patients, and we want healthcare workers. Yeah, we want healthcare workers to be as unstressed as possible this winter. So get your flu shots. Stay safe and healthy. couple other housekeeping things that I keep forgetting. So I talked about a while ago about doing a bunch of small, bite-sized James Bond-centric stuff. That's all been postponed until we definitively know when No Time to Die is going to be released, whether it's to theaters or to streaming services, because I kind of wanted to tie all that content into the release and not do it now and then have it just seem sort of irrelevant. I think that's everything. So episode 10, the Universal Monsters ranking episode, is not going to be up by the time this video is up. I was very busy filming, doing a radio show, and we did the last episode this week, so I finally have free evenings. Plus, again, that was 3 hours that I have to somehow manage to get down to either 3 episodes or whatnot. So that's not going to be ready for a while. So no episode next week because we want people to be paying attention to the election. It's very important. Too much important stuff going on. But it was really fun to dress up in our costumes, even though my costume gets fogged up super easily and is not very easy to see out of in the first place. But it's still fun because Halloween is awesome. And it's been a great Halloween. And and Halloween in this household never ends. So, we may have more monster. We're going to have Universal monster stuff dropping in the middle of November. So there. So, Sarah, as always, it is great to have you on the show. It was great to see Dustin. And of course, it was a pleasure to have Frank back on for as brief as he could be here. So on that note, I'm Ben Stahl, and this is the Sunday Matinee, and we are signing off for the evening. Have a happy Halloween to all.
Happy Halloween.